and what I've grown to know about you and also the community, how important it is to help someone get off the porch, get out their seat, to take their first step, to execute. It might seem redundant when people hear it over and over, but so much can happen, when you start something, right? Like, I always live by this saying that you can't live beyond a decision you haven't made. That you can't envision what happens in the next thing if you haven't made the first thing happen. And so living in the decision that's in front of you and executing with that will open the opportunity for you to see and live and reimagine. See, the beauty of this community is that it's reimagining what good practices look like, good stewardship looks like, what wealth looks like. And when we do that, then we have an opportunity to not just earn for ourselves, but to cultivate neighborhoods, blocks, countries, cities, to join this revolution. The other thing that I heard you said, man, and is key, and I want to make sure everyone gets this: being an MVP in your thing is critically important. And so, whatever you're called to do, being the MVP in that area, meaning own your specialty. When you own your specialty, then you can open doors for people, and that thing can collaborate with, and it can diverge and converge into other areas. But when you own your thing and your specialty, you can see how it will relate. So real estate is, as you mentioned, connected to trust, connected to will, connected to insurance. And I think that's the beauty of that collaborative piece that you talk about. It's like the formation of the Wu-Tang Clan for all my 90s hip hop heads. It's like once you bring that one collection of artists together, then you got a classic collaboration. You got a classic team versus, spot one person doing this, one person doing that, one person doing this. But go ahead, man.
We are the financial Wu-Tang Clan.
That's what's up. It's going down in history. But speaking right to the people, 2023 is on the way. You have a book that is going to help shape what 2023 looks like in the minds and the hearts of many, which is a great responsibility, but it's a great honor. And so when I'm thinking about 2023 in this season, we should be talking about creating a plan, right? So when it comes to creating a real estate plan for 2023, tell us kind of what goes into give us an insight as to how the book can help us create this strategy or this plan for this year and the year beyond.
Great question. First chapter in this book is understanding your financial picture before you invest, right? That's the very first chapter. And chapter 2 is determining your real estate investment strategy, right? I think those 2 chapters, just to set it off, answers your question right there, right? Those are the things you need to be understanding. Number 1, your financial picture, very important. What's your credit profile looking like? How's your not just your credit score, but utilization on your debt? That's very important. How's your capital? Do you have enough capital to invest and also have reserves? Because you don't want to sit out here being invested in these properties, and it's easy to get a loan and get a property, but now tenants don't pay you and you have to foreclose or sell or short sell, even worse, right? So understanding your full financial profile, I think, is the most important step that anyone can take before you do anything. And not just saying, oh, I make this a year, this. I'm talking about like really audit yourself, really make sure that you go through all of your finances with a fine-tooth comb, kind of have it all budgeted out, put it on a spreadsheet so you can visualize it, see it, what every penny is being spent, like, because you're running a business and it's very easy to commingle funds, and you don't want to commingle your personal lifestyle to your investment profile. So you want to make sure that your financial picture is in a place to where you can go out there and execute. Now, if you don't have the money, that doesn't mean you can't invest. And that's when I think chapter 2 helps a lot, is kind of determining your investment strategy. So once you determine your investment strategy, meaning you're going to be a landlord, you're going to fix and flip, whatever it's going to be, you also have to figure out capital. Are you going to raise capital? Are you going to go OPM? Because a lot of people don't have money, but they may have the knowledge. They may have everything that the person with money doesn't have. So I think that's very important too for everybody on this call to really understand. It's like, yo, do you have the money? And if you don't, do you know other people who have money who want to invest in real estate? And now you can start some sort of joint venture with these folks
Mm.
who at the same time. For me, that's what, even for myself, right? 2023 and 2024, I think is going to be a huge wealth transfer just in general.
Hmm.
I think the setup is like the pandemic years was just like
Yeah,
preseason.
crazy.
I think it was just preseason.
Right.
It's the setup for something greater that's happening right before our eyes right now. Companies are on sale. Real
Hmm.
estate is not on sale yet. It's correcting, which is good. But a lot of the competition is coming off the playing field right now, which is an amazing thing. And this is why you see the JP Morgans or the Chases of the world. You have the Blackstones and all these big institutional monies. Even you got Jeff Bezos and Amazon with
Right.
the acquisition of acquired homes. They're all playing the real estate game right now. If you really look at the headlines that the news and everything like that, they don't like to really like put out there. They like to put out the fear-mongering stuff and keep it
Right.
in your face. But like the real news stories, like these folks are investing.
Yo, that's so crazy that you brought that
Investing
up
heavy. So for
about
me,
that.
I'm
Yeah.
following suit what they're doing. I don't care what nobody else is doing. You don't want to invest, God bless you. You don't want to buy a piece of real estate because you think rates are high, God bless you. I'm not forcing you. I'm following what the big boys is doing. And if they're picking up like hundreds and hundreds of properties at scale in this climate, then that means me. I need if whether I pick up two properties in 2023, doesn't matter. I need to pick up something because it's there for us.
No, that's important that you said that, man. I appreciate you sharing that. And it's great that you bring up that Jeff Bezos, remark, because on a Friday news dump, so a lot of good information is found on a Friday news dump. Because on a Friday news dump, what I saw was that Amazon was converting some of the properties that they had purchased, the warehouses, into affordable housing
Yep.
communities. And so if you know that Amazon's getting involved into affordable housing, then you know that real estate is going to be critically important. And there is something that needs to be done in all of these places because of the pandemic, where we saw, companies hit, right? Malls closing, infrastructure, right? The mom and pop places were shutting down. Well, somebody's coming back to buy those properties and then reconvert them into something. And so we have to be mindful that the mindset of the investor prepares us to see opportunity right in our own communities, in our own neighborhoods, and also to read behind the lines of what's happening in the media. Those are two important things that I think that you highlighted, and that's going to be, I know that's highlighted in the book, of how to train your mind to see, or train your eyes to see, the investment opportunities right in front of us.
Well, I
Can't miss
think
it.
it's hard to kind of train somebody to do that. I think, right, it's either you have an optimistic mind or you don't.
Mm,
And I think some people are so pessimistic that it's nothing you tell them, it doesn't matter.
mhm.
So I think you just got to lead by example
Sure.
and go out there and execute. And like, look, there was another, I was trying to find this article. I was going to put it in this group text for you guys, but there was, and this is what you guys going to start seeing a lot, right? Office conversions. Look what Amazon, Greg, you just mentioned about Amazon.
Hmm.
They're converting a previous headquarter into affordable housing. There's 7 million, the United States is short 7 million housing units right now.
Ooh,
7 million housing units. You got to understand that number. That's it's no way in hell you can build that many homes right now.
right.
So what are you going to start seeing? Office conversions. There's an article, and I can't find this for the life of me right now, but there's a whole, I think it's in New York. They're converting a lot of the office spaces right now into
Hmm.
like, because
Yeah.
they have, oh, here it is. Matter of fact, boom. I'm gonna put this in the chat so you can see it. I just
Perfect.
found it, right? Because I want you guys to really like
And
see what I'm
also
talking
in the
about.
chat is the link to MG's book. Make sure that you take this opportunity to buy the book, but also offer the book as a gift to a friend or someone you know. This is how we grow. Each one teach one. So make sure that you tap in, because you do not want to miss this opportunity. Like he said, wealth transfer is happening right in front of our eyes. The plans are in motion. Strategy needs to be developed so that execution can take place.